What if I told you that you could guard PA boot over without having to lurk the skinny post? Would you believe me? What is up, guys? Zan from the Madden YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to defend PA boot over without having to run and manually guard the one play touchdown post. Just want to say thank you so much for helping me reach 12,000 subscribers here on the Zan Madden YouTube channel. It is the spring of 2022 and we're still pushing upwards with the channel. Things are really growing, not only here on the YouTube channel, but also on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Zan Madden, where I also stream Monday through Friday in the afternoons. And obviously on the Gridiron Game Plans website and in our Discord, where there's a ton of awesome community conversation. If you guys could do me a quick favor, make sure you guys, if you're not already, hit that subscribe button as we push for 13,000 subscribers, and we'll see you guys here on the other side of this. Now, you guys know that this is one of the most commonly spammed plays in all of Madden 22, and honestly, if you guys can shut down this play, you're going to win far more games off of that skill alone. I know that sounds crazy, but everybody out there seems to run this play nonstop, and basically, if you can't get to the quarterback before they let that throw launch, or if they use an escape artist to go out and throw that ball, it ends up being problematic for you. Now, in today's video, we're going to use a concept that I have talked about before, and I actually want to give a shout out to Swolosimo, who has taken this concept that I'm going to share with you and taken it to a far higher level with a tip that we just broke down in the Gridiron Vault on Gridiron Game Plans. But today we're going to keep it real simple for you guys, and we're going to show you guys what happens when you just man up the running back. So this concept really applies to pretty much all zone in the game, with the exception, I think, of the deep half. So let's talk about exactly what that tip was. Now, the cover 3 cloud was interesting to me because cover 3 is one of those coverages that PA boot over tends to be able to bomb for a one-play score. So I'm going to show this to you. I'm going to call $326 cover 3 cloud show 2, and I'm going to set up the traditional one-play touchdown out of the PA boot over, which is to streak Y, put B on an out route, block the running back, and put right bumper on a wheel, which is the running back. And then traditionally, if you are trying to throw this, you want to get a double team on the edge so you can scoot out to the outside and throw the one-play touchdown over the top. Now, it's the running back route that makes this so tough to defend because it pulls down the safety that was basically the one that got bombed. I mean, if you take a look at this, really what happened was the streak is going to pull the center field player basically so far back that the post can break across his face. Now, we do have an outside third at the safety position over the top, but because of this wheel route, you can see that he kind of squats down and allows this post to sneak behind him, which is what you see right here. And you see that he basically re-squats to look at this wheel route, and it ends up allowing the throw over the top of his head for the one-play score. Thank you for checking out this free content over here on the Zan Madden YouTube channel. If you guys are enjoying this content, make sure that you guys also check out my strategy website, gridirongameplans.gg. Gridiron Game Plans is your one-stop source for all things competitive Madden. Every week in our Vault update, we go over the meta, or the most effective tactics available being used by pro players on the MCS circuit, breaking down not only how and why the pros do what they do, but most importantly, how you can counteract those metas when you face them in online gameplay. On top of that, your subscription also includes any and every game plan on the site all year long for just a low price of $9.95 a month, and you guys get access to our Discord channel, where we have members of the Gridiron Game Plans community chatting daily, helping each other get better at the game. And this also includes a lab session every single Wednesday night on the channel. So make sure you guys get over to the website. If you guys are looking for the best escape artist defense in the community, you have to look no further. gridirongameplans.gg. Now back to the video. So what we talked about a couple months ago was that you could essentially man up the running back with somebody on the field. So if I were to go ahead and put the running back on that same route combo on that wheel, and I were to say, just take one of these defenders and man up the running back, you're now going to see that essentially with this concept, because the running back is manned up, that this outside third will not squat as low on that route. Now, there's a little bit more to this. So with the cover 3 cloud specifically, you may actually notice that they can still roll out. You see that that outside third bails back. And unfortunately, we can sometimes, if you have a speed advantage, squeeze that over the top. Now, naturally, DK Metcalf is really, really fast. But you see that it was actually close. It wasn't an easy walk-in one-play score just like we broke down in the rep before. Again, you take a look at Metcalf, he's 95 speed. And if we were to take a look at the safety that got bombed on that play, that was, I believe, Jimmy Ward, who's 88 speed. So we're giving up in the realm of 7 speed and a lot of acceleration on this particular play. But in that previous example, even a player that was 7 speed slower could make that happen for you. Now, naturally, if I were to put in, say, Tarvarius Moore at this position, make a swap, you would see that this would actually play far better. So what a lot of players don't actually know about this game is that zones really only bite down if the player that is pulling them down isn't already manned up. So you can kind of play this rule of thumb to a lot of coverages. So let's finish up what we were kind of talking about here with this particular concept. I'm going to put Tarvarius Moore in at this spot. And we're going to run that same coverage before I get back into, like, say, for instance, the cover 4, which is what we're going to be focusing on here today. So now with Tarvarius Moore, who's a little bit faster at that spot, we're going to see that if I just take somebody and man up the running back, this is going to actually allow us to have more recover. He's going to bite down a little bit and he's going to say, you know what? I've got pressing needs. Let's go ahead and prevent that from being a one-play score. And you see that more, again, very, very close. I would recommend probably putting a deep out KO on that player. But again, was able to really recover on that play. And you're going to get better responsiveness the higher the play recognition, awareness rating, and zone coverage ratings are of your player. Speed is nice, but having the brain smarts to react sooner is going to be the difference in being able to get back and pick off this pass. Now, don't worry. We're going to be breaking down a better coverage here momentarily. So because we've been able to squeeze this ball over the top, albeit there was a more visual difference to make this coverage better, we're just going to play a smarter coverage, which would just be your traditional cover 4. So let's go back and run that exact same combo again, but this time I'm going to play a little cover 4 drop. And the cool thing about, a cover 4 drop out of, say, like dollar is that you can actually kind of basically make your opponent kind of scared that you might be in DB fire. So if I were to kind of bring these slot corners down, make it look like I'm bringing DB fire, there's a chance that they would try to block it, right? So maybe we leave the running back in. Doesn't really matter whether or not the running back is in or not. We're going to be just fine. Now, again, the presence of the running back on a route is going to basically require that you have somebody manned up on him. So let's take that same player and man him up on the running back. So in this situation, we lost our purple zone. If you wanted to, you could set zone drops. You could just kind of lurk the crosser and the flat on your own with Warner. Again, because we don't have to get back on that skinny post. So what we're going to do now is we are going to try to run the same concept here. And then when we go to roll out here, I want you to watch how that safety just immediately is able to get back. And the only reason he caught that was because of the double me ability that he had active on him right there. So you see very, very simply how that was able to behave. Let's go ahead and run that again here. Again, just the act of manning somebody up on the running back is going to make this a lot easier for you to defend. So in this situation, I'll just man up the running back with the linebacker, and we will slap a double team, snap this ball. I would be guarding the low middle. You see right here that that safety is clearly there, as is the outside corner, Verrett, and we're able to get a pick. So again, the responsiveness of this is so much better in zone coverage when you man up the running back. And that is honestly just a trick universally throughout this game. It doesn't have to be a running back wheel. Whatever the pull route is, this is going to help out significantly. Here's another example. Let's go back into cover 3. Another setup that a lot of players don't know is one in which you actually do this, where you have a slant. So if I were to play against a cover 3 and use this slant, there is actually a chance that the slant pulls down the outside third and allows us to throw that ball all the way over the top. I mean, you see right there just how good that is. Just a slant pulls down that outside third. Now, let's man up that slant. So if I were to go into our cover 3 again, and I were to man up that slant, so say that they telegraph it, I man that up, we're going to notice that this is going to behave far better. So we snap this ball. You see right here that the slant's manned up. You see that that guy tries to break back sooner. Now, again, the problem is that that player is so low that it actually ends up making it so it's still open. You can see that he tries to recover. Now, don't worry, I'm gonna break this down a little bit more. We'll take it step by step, because I know you're sitting there thinking like, Zan, that looks trash, right? Don't worry. So because this outside third player is so low in the box, that is the reason that he gets hung up on that slant no matter what. Now, if we move him back, I would say to 11 or 12 yards, and you keep him out of that, I would call it the box, you know, kind of that play action area, or the area that, you know, these guys can kind of get caught low, and you have the pull route, whatever that pull route is, wheel or slant, manned up individually. You'll notice that he ends up actually playing this better. So go ahead and do this here. You're gonna notice that this slant doesn't occupy that third, and now that third is getting back into this throwing lane and can animate over the top. And you see that that's Johnson that's able to get that animation forward interception. So how interesting that is, that we can actually play that post without ever having to user it, as long as you understand what the pull route is, you man it up, and you prevent, most importantly, and you prevent the zone that is getting sucked down from standing within, I would say, 10 yards of the line of scrimmage. If you follow those rules, you will never have to user that post again. Doesn't matter if you're in cover 3 sky, cover 3 cloud, cover 4 drop, match coverage, which again, like I talked about, go check it out in the vault. I promise you guys are gonna love that little setup, because it gets really, really glitchy, really, really glitchy. Completely shuts down bunch tight end. So I hope you guys liked today's video. If you did, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or complaints, drop them below. Again, this is a concept that we had on Gridiron Game Plans early on in the year. I'm one of those guys out there that really doesn't struggle with this play. I get pressure on this. I can split double teams against this. I've got match setups against it. I've got hybrid coverages against it. Now you got this simple tip. I've got 3 different ways to completely bag this with coverage. You don't even have to get to the quarterback to shut down that post. I know you guys are going to love this. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, this is Zan. Get in the lab and good luck.